Mary and I are business people, and we have operated or operate companies where, for whatever we say, the most important thing is our people. If parents of young children are confident that their kids are well taken care of during the day and are in good hands, they're going to do a much better job. From purely a business point of view, it makes complete sense.
It is about making sure that when folks are in the workplace, they can feel comfortable. They're not constantly distracted all day, worried about the situation that they left their child in when they left in the morning.
So you need a lot of focus as soon as you come to work. And most of our employees are really good at doing that. They might be worried about their mortgage or how their 401k is doing, but they're still able to focus on the job at hand. But if they're concerned about their child care, that's going to be difficult to focus on what you're doing. That's going to take most of your attention.
So Vermont is known for its natural beauty and its quality of life, but we're still struggling to attract new businesses and retain young, talented professionals. It's expensive to live here, and many of the high-wage opportunities are concentrated in a few key industries and a handful of communities. Add to that, we have a shrinking workforce, as we have baby boomers retiring and we have young people leaving the state. So it's no wonder that many economists are starting to worry about the long-term economic growth of the state.
I moved here in 1973. I liked the quality of life, the skiing, it was all great, and started some businesses, and here we are. We are in a demographic purge in a way where young people are leaving the state of Vermont. I realized that my employees, my children, as I watched them have children, two people working, became very, not only costly, but very difficult to find a way to balance a job for one member and have another one stay home. It just almost is impossible today.
Ben & Jerry's started a children's center because we wanted to be able to have our employees who had young children be able to have good child care for their children and also be able to come to work and do a fantastic job for Ben & Jerry's. It was a wonderful facility. The child care workers were paid a livable wage. They had full benefits. And ultimately, we were not able to continue to support the center because it became too expensive.
There are a lot of people in St. Albans who stay home with their children, so they're not able to help support the economy in St. Albans. They don't have, first, the disposable income that they can spend in and around St. Albans. And then there's also the lack of tax base when there's not that extra income that the economy in St. Albans is missing. So when more and more people can get back to work, that affords people the opportunity to spend locally, and that just grows our economy.
And I know it's a difficult subject for all of us out there who pay property taxes, and we support our local education through those property taxes, and be business owners who see another potential layer of cost. But I do believe that, and seeing it with my own kids, working in the business, that it does enhance their ability to focus on their job, to stay local and not leave the state and take their families elsewhere. So I believe what we're doing here is very important.
While we spend a lot of time as a society talking about the importance of the K through 12 educational years, and we spend a lot of time talking about higher education, we're not spending nearly enough time talking about those first few years that are so critical and really set the neurological pathways.
We need to start investing in attracting young professionals whose ideas and enterprises will create jobs and effectively spur economic growth in the state. Many of these young professionals have families, and so one way to attract them is to ensure that we have a strong and affordable child care network in the state.
Well, it's important to have businesses try to do their part. It's really important for communities to step up, but ultimately, I think we need policy change.
Early childhood, ages 0 to 5, is a critical time for brain development. Early access to education, to health care, to a safe and nurturing environment impacts that child's cognitive and social development. This in turn affects their ability to make decisions, their critical thinking skills, their problem-solving skills, their ability to interact with others, their work productivity. Not surprisingly, there's a huge correlation between the child's early environment and their success later in life.
So the jobs we have now are much more complex than they were decades ago. You're interacting with a lot of people, you have to have social skills, you've got to be diplomatic, you've got to be able to make sure that your producers are going to supply you day in and day out. And so you're playing that political game of not having all your eggs in one basket. And this just takes a lot of interaction and skills that are developed early in childhood.
I have the privilege of serving as the chair of the board at the Lake Champlain Regional Chamber of Commerce. One of the things we hear most often from employers is the need for a trained workforce. And what's surprising is that oftentimes that training, they're talking about the soft skills. They're talking about communication, someone's ability to understand the needs of a customer. And those kind of communication skills, I think, happen really early on. They come with confidence. They come with feeling secure in yourself and your situation. And that's where I think early childhood care plays a huge role in employment.
The research is clear. Early childhood investments generate benefits for the children, for the parents, and for society. And those benefits accrue over the child's entire lifetime. Longitudinal studies have predicted a $7 to $15 return on investment for every $1 we invest in children today.
I am a strong supporter of affordable, high-quality childcare to ensure we thrive as individuals, businesses, and communities.
When we invest in childcare, we not only attract young, productive workers today, we build the foundation for our workers tomorrow.